Hello everybody, it's the Grub back once again, and we got ourselves another game that we're going to try out with recording. This game is called Oxygen Not Included. It's made by the same people who did Don't Starve, and from everything I've heard, it's kind of like a mix between Don't Starve and RimWorld, or other colony building sims. Uh, as you can see here, the game is in the early stage of development. This is an alpha, or I think it's still alpha. Go ahead and hit that up. In fact, it's still in development build. Give me one moment here. Just kind of cut the volume down a bit. But yeah, it's still in development build. So I mean, it is very early access. In fact, you can buy it through Steam, but not off of the Steam store page. If you are interested in the game, and like I said, I mean, the developers, I believe it's Klee. Like I said, the same people who did Don't Starve. I mean, Don't Starve is a pretty fun game. And you know, I felt pretty solid about picking this up while it was still in such an early stage. Watched some other people play it, and it looked real fun. I figured I'd give it a shot. I did a test one there just to see how it would record and everything. Didn't really do anything much there. But yeah, like I said, basically it's a your people find themselves on an asteroid. There's no real background story. It's just you find yourself awake on a asteroid to survive. But it has some real interesting mechanics, and we'll see that here in a few moments. Like I said, it is a pretty interesting game. So let's go ahead and we'll start ourselves a new game here. So we're generating the world. And see, since oxygen is not included, he's already coming in without his oxygen. Just to make sure that it's not included. So here's what we start off with. We get what they call, I think they call them duplicants. And you start off with 3 duplicants, and they all have attributes, you know, good traits, bad traits. I haven't really figured out all of them, so like I said, a lot of this is just what we'll be learning as we go. But let's take a look at what we got here. We have Cass, who is a level 2 architect, so he does a lot of construction. He's got, so he'll move pretty quickly. He's okay with cooking. Tinkering, not sure what that does. Can carry a lot, that's good. And he can learn. He might be able to do some research for us as well. Good speed. And his trait is, this duplicate can eat just about anything without getting sick. That's not too shabby. Especially since when we start off, we're going to be eating what's called mush bars. And you will see what those are in a few moments if you've not watched a episode of this by anybody else. Let's see, he's a yokel. Okay, so he can't do research. Doesn't have very high decoration expectations. That'll work out for us, especially in the beginning. And if he gets too stressful, then there is a stress system in place. If he gets too stressful, he'll vomit. And vomit is gonna be is basically tainted water, and that gets put into our system. So it can be an upside. If you're running low on water, you can at least have some tainted water. And later on, like I said, I looked through some of the research in that, and like I said, watched other people play. There are ways to clean water. So, you know, if you're running low on water, just stress a vomiter out. Next we have Gabriel, who is a level 4 miner. Ooh, she has irritable bowels. That could be a problem. Though I guess it could be another way of getting water if she'll piss on the floor. And she moves quickly underwater too. Let's see what she got. Pretty good digging. That's good. We'll need a lot of good digging at the beginning. But she's destructive, so she'll destroy things. Next we have Spike. Good cooking, so he'll probably be our cook. And, well, I guess if we have to decorate, he'll do that, but we don't really have anybody who's good at learning, so research is going to be slow at first. He's an iron gut, but he's flatulent, which means that, well, if If you don't know what flatulent is, ask your parents. We'll just say he'll be introducing new gases into the environment. So let's go ahead and name our colony here. We'll just call it Grub Plays, just since it's one of ours. And one thing I'm going to start doing now is, for those that are on my Patreon list, a certain level, we'll get your names in-game. Right now we just have 2 who have met who are there. So we're going to go ahead and well, I'm going to put myself in. I'm going to be the flatulent one. Let's see here. I guess we'll make Cass into Gonzo Head. And then Gabriel will be the Pine Apple King. So there we go. That's my 2 patrons there. Want to thank them for the support that they've been putting through, even though especially when I had some issues that were keeping me from putting out videos. At least this, like I said, they stuck by and kept going. So like I said, we're going to try and keep putting out videos as much as possible here. So let's go ahead and embark and see what we got. So here we are. So we start off, and here's the background so far. Alert! Your crew has awoken miles beneath the surface of an unfamiliar terrestrial body. Oddly, they have no recollection of how they got here. It might be best to start digging. Let's go ahead and pause. Go ahead and pause. See, this is the game. It's like I said, it's a colony simulator. So you build out, up, around, build things. But you have resources. Like here, you actually have oxygen. So when they say oxygen is not included, that means it's not included with what you're bringing with you. You have to either figure out how to make your own or dig into areas that have oxygen. Now, right now, I've noticed when I've watched others play and when I've tried my test, it looks like anytime you start off, you always start off with some of this oxalate, which creates oxygen. So you're always going to have at least some oxygen in your starting little hole. But not all oxygen is created equal. We got carbon dioxide up here. We can't breathe that. So if we were to dig up in here, and it does follow physics, gas physics or whatever. I don't know the smart terminologies and all that, but carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen, so what happens is it falls. It falls down, and oxygen will rise up above it. Then you have places with vacuum, which will, if you dig into it, will expand your oxygen and thin out your oxygen pressure a little bit. You start off with a little water usually nearby, and we got a little more down here. I would say we got some copper metal and some coal, some algae, some sandstone, some sand, a lot of water, oxygen here, some water here. So basically what we want to do is we just kind of want to plan out what we are going to do and figure out where would be a good place to start doing things. So yeah, we got basic controls here, and then management. But over here we have overlays. Gives you your oxygen report. So yeah, you see there's some breathable oxygen, but there's also some carbon dioxide here. So we gotta watch that. Then you have the power grid. If we don't have any power things up yet, so that doesn't really do anything. Temperature overlay. Temperature is important. You don't want your duplicates getting too hot or too cold, if possible, because that adds to their stress, which could lead to bad things. And also, some devices, I think, and some plants only will grow if they're not too hot. So, you got to do that. And, you'll later on, as you research things, you'll find ways of helping to cool things off. Our light, right now, this is the only lit area. There is plumbing. Don't have anything for that yet. Then we have our Decker overlay, which Sorry, just had to double check my phone. Just had a text there. Like I said, every now and then, right now, I may stop as I am checking texts or emails that come through. I am job hunting, trying to find a new job here, but I try and limit it. Just noticed that went off there for me. But you have a decor overlay. Right now, it's a fairly high decorative area, and we got a pretty decent decorative area here because we got some plants. But you know what? You want to have good decoration to keep them from getting too stressed. And then finally, your priority list. Up here we have our jobs, which will list it. So, like for example, if I didn't want the Pineapple or Gonzo Head to fight since he has no combat expertise, then I would put 0. But because the Pineapple King is a good digger, and apparently for some reason I guess digging is a combat skill, I would leave him here. He could be a combat, so he would be fighting. He's a cook 2, 0, 0. So I've put these two as cooks. And this will just kind of help limit what our people will do to keep them from trying to do everything at once. But see, this is where you would run into a problem if you run to try and do some research early. At first, I think it's probably best just to leave everybody going until you have, I would think, like I said, it's like many other games. I think when you start off, it's best to have everybody generalize, and then start working towards specializing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by just digging an area here so that we can get one out here so we can get access to that water and get some materials, because we're going to need materials to build things, and we wanted ladders. And like I said, my plan, I'm thinking, is I want to dig down to here. It's vacuum. That could cause us some problems initially, but I think I want to dig down into there. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's start them digging. Now they can dig, I believe, 4 up. As far as 4 high, they only need a 2 high space to walk through. But as they collect stuff, these resources will fall down. You'll see over here we have edibles. We're getting sandstone, and it's in kilograms. Let me see here. There we go. That's what I wanted. Temperature units. I want it in Fahrenheit. Let's see. Does that change it to not be grams? Nope. Okay. Let's go ahead and put back metrics. I'm assuming maybe metrics is for something else, not like measuring and distances and stuff like that. But I do want Fahrenheit because I'm more familiar with Fahrenheit temperatures than Celsius temperatures. Let's see, we have picked up some sand. So yeah, this will have our list of resources that we have. So now we have some water since we picked up this little area. But now we can start digging and putting down. So I want to go ahead, I'm going to dig this down to here. And I want to put this up to here because I want to try and get this algae. We'll need that. Algae will help us when we dig into this vacuum, because we're going to want to make an algae deoxidizer. And in order to do so, we are going to need some metal. So let me go ahead. I'm going to see if I dig up to here. So give them some metal. And I'm going to set this priority to 6. So that they'll dig this out here so we'll have metal there. And I just want to dig a little bit over here. I don't want to dig too far out because I don't want to get this carbon dioxide into the system just yet. Oh, I did not know that. Sand has a physics feature. Okay. Should have thought about it. There is a lot of maths and science behind this game. Because, I mean, as you can see, there's actually pressure too. There is air pressure. 769 point, or about 770 grams of pressure right now, I guess is what it's at. Probably would have helped if I would have prioritized down to here to make sure that they stuck to that. So let's go ahead and let's forward it up. Oh, yeah, here's talking about how they're duplicating things there. So as we're going, while they're digging out, let's go ahead and bring up their vitals. This will give you an idea of how they're doing, their stress levels, their fullness, how much they've eaten today. And that's shown over here how many calories we have available. Oh, they're not digging. Why are they no digging? Okay, because there's a little bit of sand in the way. Okay. We have reports. This gives you an idea of how many oxygen is being removed and how much you're adding of everything. So right now we do have a oxygen deficiency and a calorie deficiency. And then our research, which I guess we got to wait till we can build a research thing for. But we'll get to that here in a moment. Once we have some metals. Because we're actually going to have to build generators before we can actually even build our oxidizer, because that requires oxidizer. And our research lab. Okay, the basic one doesn't require anything, so yeah, let's go ahead and let's put that down so we can start doing some research. Let's go ahead and let's throw down the power wheel, the manual generator. And we'll throw in a battery. See, as you see here, they have to run out because they can't breathe down here because there's carbon dioxide down here. And of course, nighttime, so they're going to sleep. But if we were to bring this up, see there's some carbon dioxide and these little yellow, that is contaminated oxygen. That's bad air. It won't hurt them off that bad, but it will add to stress, and I guess maybe eventually it might kill them if it gets too concentrated, so you have to work on getting that clear. So let's just keep going here. And you can select which kind of what have you there that you want. I'm going to, for right now, just do that. I think I'm going to turn this into a little storage area. Like I said, I don't think they'll actually be able to reach up there to do that one just yet. I may have to. See, now they need toilets. So let's go ahead and let's provide them with just a basic little outhouse up here. Oh, see, somebody made a mess. Because we couldn't find a toilet in time, somebody made a mess. And as you can see, that water just got added into the system. See, we can mop to kind of clean up our little mess here. And right now, it's just going to be a catch-all storage area. Alright, so research is available. Right? Oh, no, it does need power. Okay. So let's try to run us some cable. There we go. And as you see there, they're cleaning up the mess. So as you see there, talking about how you deal with the dirty water. So we just gotta wait for them to finish up here. Alright, and he's gonna run to generate power. So we should be able to start researching. What am I clicking on? Research station. Yeah, I want to research. There we go. So what do we want to start researching first? I get this, I can get an algae, which will be an unpowered way, but I kind of want to go for this purifier first. So I'll have to go through liquid pumps. You know what? No, let's go with farming tech so that we can start getting some food going here. And so once you do that, it just needs research. Set it to auto, and they'll go ahead and they'll only do what they need for the device. And since we're getting a bit of oxygen problems down here, we'll go ahead and I'm going to set that up because that's going to be just down there. But hopefully we can maybe pump in some good, some O2 downward. Because we're going to open up into this area down here, which is going to be vacuum. And that's what we wanted the algae for, is for putting into there. So this will start producing oxygen. And it'll do it up until the air pressure is equalized. Part of me kind of wants to dig this area out here. And the reason why is I can turn that into a reservoir. I'm trying to turn that into a water reservoir. And just so nobody gets stuck trying to get out, we'll go ahead and we'll just build a temporary thing over here. Now, your duplicants here, they don't have to have they can jump one tile over, so you know they could. My replicant can actually, if there was like a tile here, my replicant could actually jump up on here and climb up. But right now we're just gonna let them do this and then clear up all this stuff here, because like I said, I want to try and turn this into my reservoir. Okay, well, dig out that part there. And let me go ahead. I'm going to prioritize this 6. This way everybody will be digging, and hopefully we can get it linked up here so he can get out before he has an accident. I think he's going to get himself stuck anyway. I may have to ladder. Yeah, he just made a mess. So we need to ladder that down here so he'll be able to get down. But we've just got a new duplicant. So let's see who we've gotten here. So you got every now and then you'll get new duplicants that'll come in, and you can choose one of them, or you can choose not to take any of them. So let's see what we got here. We have Katrin, who's a level 5 scientist. That could come handy. Fairly decent with those. Quick learner. A mouth breather, so they'll use up more oxygen. But I mean, we can generate oxygen. Whereas this one is a slow learner. You don't really do much else. I'm going to go with Katrin, just to say screw it. So we'll go ahead and we'll print her off. Now, right now, she'll probably go and help with digging, even though she doesn't have a skill in it. Like I said, I just want to kind of get this open here so that people who need to go to the bathroom can go to the bathroom. And I guess I didn't need that, so let me go ahead and cancel that. I didn't need it yet. We'll find out if we need it here. Now, you may initially lose some water. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it here. This is the beginning of cycle 3, or once the daytime comes around, I'll call here, and I think I'll do it like that, so just to see if that changes over to, I never really paid attention. But yeah, they don't have enough oxygen to sleep down here. There's a lot of carbon dioxide. So they'll come over here where there's oxygen so they can breathe. So yeah, cycle 4, I think we'll call it here. So this has been Don't Starve, just start, or not sorry, not starve, Oxygen Not Included. We're just starting out here. Hopefully we'll get our little replicants up and running and getting the base going. And hopefully nobody will die, or if they do, it won't be so soon. But till next time, this has been the Grub. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and take it easy. Bye-bye.